戻りました。I'm back. Somehow I'm back. なんとかなんとか無事になった。So, I got back somehow. I had an earthquake, crazy plane rides, layovers, but we're back. Um, yeah, AGDQ was awesome. I haven't done any uploads or anything for like 2 weeks. I had like a list of things I want to get done at AGDQ. Nearly all of it was done. Like there was like nearly everything I wanted to do I got done, which is really really rare to see in a trip because it was a lot. But I broke down もうリスト書いてあるし、これしたいこれしたいこれしたい。で全部やりたいことはいやいっぱいやったんですが、well, thank you very much, Mortal-san. Thank you very much. I'm glad. I think it turned out really well. I watched the video. I watched the restream video. Katsushi-san also. 本当にありがとうございます。実況解説はうまいんです。笑った。いっぱい笑っただから、成功ね。So, yeah, it was a crazy trip though. It was a crazy trip because I had本当にやりたいことが多い。But I'm tired. So what happened was I got back the earthquake. So my flight got delayed. So I was supposed to be back on the 12th. My flight gets delayed because my plane arrives early. Yeah, I'll go in order what happened. So I get to I'm freaking out because my airplane, they had to do the icing thing on it where they like defrost the plane. なんかコットすぎだから飛行機の出る前になんかあれを使ってたでしょ。なんかシューシューやつで、これがもうピンクのなんか水分をすべての飛行機にかけて、凍ったやつはもう燃やして、まあ結構時間かかりましたけど、逆に飛行機が早く到着しました。So they did the stuff with the plane, and then my plane arrives early, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like calling, I'm like, hey, I'm going to be able to get on this plane. They're like, yeah, no problem. And then my bags take an hour and a half to come out of the machine. For some reason, this is the longest baggage wait I've ever had in my life. I got through immigration in like 5 minutes. I don't know. I recently going through Japanese immigration for me has been like, they're like, oh, you're like the foreigner who lives here in this line. Okay, here you go. Here, have at it. Get through there. No problems. No problems whatsoever. Then, yeah, that whole thing. So then the lady at the place, she said, well, you can stay. I was like, are there hotels? Like, I'm not talking information because I'd stayed at a different hotel before. It was way too pricey. So she recommended this hotel, First Cabin. I didn't know First Cabin was not a hotel. It's like was like almost a capsule hotel. It was pretty close, and it was そのファーストキャビンは12,000高かった。同じ日に。まあまあ何もできないロシを持ってきて、スポンサーが払うか払わないはまだ分からないけど、まあ一応ホテルは泊まるが必要。But it had an onsen. It was nice. But there were lots of rules. No alarm, no this, no talking on the phone, no blah 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 blah. It was crazy. It was like and also there was no lock on the door. There was no so when I closed my door I couldn't lock it and then I would hear もうとっても悪いです。もうホテルにもう二度と泊まれない。I don't care if that's like insulting to the company. That hotel was crap. It was really really bad. So so because like, I couldn't lock my door, and then everybody, when someone opened their door, you could hear it all the way down the hall. And I basically said to the lady, like, I was just like, if my phone alarm would go off by accident, like, is it going to be a problem? She's like, oh, someone will make a claim against you, which just means they'll complain about you. And I was like, that's fine. I might go off. And she was like, please don't let that happen. I was like, I'll try not to, but I set my alarm anyway. I didn't care. It didn't go off anyway, but she gave me this like buzzer, and I was like, I'm not gonna wake up on that. Good morning. So that happened. So I stayed. That hotel was good. そのホテルは本当にまずかったよ。 おすすめない。もし羽田がもう飛行機飛べないわ。ファーストキャビンは本当に最初から分かった方がいい。もうカプセルホテル。ビジネスホテルでもなく。で、私はファーストのクラスのところ、それ相手しかなかった。一番高いのやつを泊まって、スーケースがギリギリ入ってしまう。It's really bad hotel experience. But I slept. I went in I went into did my onsen, did all that. Got up in the morning. Finally, plane's going off. By the way, food in Haneda Airport is insanely expensive. It was crazy. No, 飛行機の食べ物は、特に JR のところは高かった。今回は JR と思って。でも美味しかった。美味しかった。なんかツナのチーズサンド食べて、あとは何で食べたの？なんかソーセージパン。美味しかった。まあまあ。で、飛んで、やっと、だから2時くらい着いて、タクシーを飲んで、タクシーを今回は取引しませんかって話して。なんで取引したよく、例えば、問題があった。熊本のタクシーは本当に、詐欺近い。気をつけて。他のところはわかんないけど、熊本は本当に危ないです。タクシーは、近道と逆に長いのラウトをして、まあまあ、去年は飛行機から1万かかりました。そのことはないです。でタクシードライバーは後で説明したから、6000円で取引した。熊本、空港、自分の家まではもう、ミーターなしで、もう6000円でしましょうかって話して。隣のおじいさんが、って言う、そういうことないね。もう私を完全に無視した人。もう飛んで。Then I had work. I had a speech lesson because that's one of my jobs. I do speech lessons if people want to speak well in front of others. And it's at the biggest place in all of Kumamoto. It's called MGR Kumamoto the Tower. And I'm at the top floor and an earthquake happens because there's one that went off in like Kagoshima. So the Kagoshima earthquake happens and it's like a 4.3 in our area. And boy, that building shook. Let me tell you, that was an experience because it wasn't like if you're on the first floor, you can run out. まあ普通になんかいい階になるな脱出ことできるけど、まあ30階のところで熊本の一番背が高いのビルは何もできない。もう祈るしかない。So I'm seeing there's one lady there. She was panicking. She said the alarm went off. She's under the table. Now I'm like holding her hand, like holding the lady's hand, like it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this. But I'm thinking, oh shit, like this shit is. I mean, it was like boom, 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 boom. I mean, at least 10 times back and forth. So we all bust the fuck out of there. We get up out of there. But the crazy thing is, all the things are locked, and it says the alarm will set off. Bellsprout Tower, yeah, pretty much. So the alarm's going off, and on our phones, but not in the building. All the stair exits, they're locked. But so I'm like trying to call the company. The company's not answering, of course. The elevators are stuck. They're not moving. They're doing some sort of check. They're going up and down. We're not getting on those elevators. Like that was done. And we're getting cold now. And we know there's a second one coming. So we're all trying to get down there. So the owner, she finds out, okay, there's a key, but she just risked it. She was like, you know what? I'm going to lift this thing up. The alarm doesn't go off. Open the stairs, and we walk all the way down, like 30 flights of stairs. Pretty fun. Pretty crazy, but pretty fun. And so then went home, got home at like 11, had to wake up, do more in the morning. And I think by the end of the day, of yesterday, I was cooked. Because I had, if you were hanging out at Agdq, I was barely sleeping. Like I was on something else. Like I was getting like 3-4 hours. I was just so excited because I had so much I wanted to do. And I guess my body was just like, no, you either have to die or rest hard. So I slept like 12 hours, like almost 14 hours yesterday. I went to sleep at like 7:30, didn't wake up till 7:30 in the morning. So I crashed hard. Um, that's my story. 本当に長かったです。13日ね。12予定けど13日になってしまった。Oh, Agdq was really fun. It was really fun, but of course it was an adventure all throughout. I have so many stories. But I wanna play Blips and Plips-san. He was my friend, Wolf-san. He made a video about the event, so I want to see his video because he's a decent YouTube. Like if you guys haven't followed him, he's got like 5.44K subscribers. He's super dedicated with it. Yeah, this is his channel. I think it's showing up right now. Yeah, please give him a follow. He deserves it. He's putting in work. I'll put his channel. Well, he doesn't stream to both, but if you look up Blips and Pips. Yeah, man. By the way, everyone who gave a donation, Shrimp-san, Infamous-san, all of y'all, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna drop all the links and stuff in the Discord. I just personally want to watch it because I still haven't watched Crazy Taxi's for event. Like I was pissed that I couldn't stay and watch Crazy Taxi, but I'm really glad that I left now because if I had left before then, I'd still be in America. There's a very good chance I'd still be in America because our plane barely took off. I barely got out of Pittsburgh. They were like talking about doing delays, and then they just sprayed the plane down. I was like, okay, I guess I'm leaving. So there's a chance I could have been arriving just now. And because of the earthquake, they shut down the airport here yesterday. So I would be arriving right now, most likely, which would not have been fun. So, although it was crazy. Oh, by the way, I'm trying one new food. I got Chipotle, non-sponsored, sponsor nashi de, kedo, Chipotle no Tabasco sauceを買ってました。I always, Tabasco. Well, here's the thing. I remember Chipotle Tabasco sauce, like the sauce they had there was really good. And someone told me, yeah, you can't buy this in Japan. They don't have it. So, I got my soup. Corn soup, I got the Tabasco sauce. Oh my gosh, did I get my root beer fill? So, I drank a lot of root beer when I was in the States. And I made Gameo-san and I made Tonkotsu-san drink it too. And they did not like it. So I was proud of myself. We are like the amount of, by the way, Japanese people, let's just create a true stereotype here. Because we're like, I've forced root beer on all my friends here in Japan. Because I buy them at, what's the Costco? There's a Costco in my area. We are like 56 and 56 people not liking this. We're at high percentages, people. Nobody likes root beer in Japan. Like, nobody likes root beer in Japan. So it's never going to get over here. Because every time I'm like, how's it taste? And it's either like, I'm going to be honest and tell you it's not that good. Or they're just like, do you like medicine, David? And I'm like, I guess it does taste like medicine, but I like that. I like it. You know what's funny though? I didn't have root beer until I was much older. Like I didn't have root beer, and I remember because I was at some event in the area, and like in DC, it was after some acting thing, and I remember I was there, and the kids made fun of me because they were like, "You never had root beer, David? Boo! What's wrong with you?" And then they like gave me this bottle of root beer. And they're like, drink it. And I remember drinking it. And I wasn't even playing. I was like, this is really good. I think I was like 11 years old at the time. Yeah, I was like 11 when I first had root beer. And the rest is history. It's like one of my favorite drinks. But true stereotype. You can clip this. Japanese people don't like root beer. Let's just blanket that statement. Like I'm telling you, I've been keeping count. If I add Gameo-san and Tokotsu-san and my wife and other people to that list, we are 56 people. That's a lot of people. That's a big... What? See, she doesn't like root beer. She came in here just to tell me she don't like root beer. She like a Guinness. She likes beer. She doesn't like root beer. You know what? I can't win. I can't win. So that was really funny. Let me try this though, because I want to make sure this is the right one. Because I'm not. Oh. Oh. It is. Ginger beer. I'm not a big fan of ginger beer, but I don't like. I'm mid on ginger. Low to mid. Ginger beer is okay for me. There's so many better. I get liking ginger, but ginger beer. I mean, it's ginger ale, right? I love ginger ale, but ginger beers. I think they like it. Yeah, ginger beer. I think they could drink here. But ginger. It's another thing. We already have ginger ale. Anyway, so I'm gonna put the Tabasco sauce in the corn soup, and that's what I'm sipping today. I'm very excited. You know, for real, I'm good. You know what I didn't get though? Mountain Dew. Couldn't find Mountain Dew anywhere in Pittsburgh. I was ready to try all these flavors. What's going on? Is Mountain Dew like in trouble? Because I couldn't get anything. I'm going to show this. The corn soup. But lots of this thing. Oh yeah. Oh, Chipotle. This is a new thing, man. Chipotle. Azamagu Dev さん。例してくれてありがとうございます。今 Agdq の話ばっかりです。Alright, we got the Chipotle, the American Chipotle Tabasco sauce in the Japanese corn soup. And, oh, it's fire. Fire. I knew it. This is a good purchase. And it smells so good too. Umai. これは日本に買わないのタバスコソースを手に入れて。You know what? Oh. 何のチャンネルですか？開発よ。ゲーム作ってる。あずまぐさんゲーム作ってる。やば。気になってる。シャウトアウトします。Let's do a shout out to the boy. Making a game? Hell yes. Dude, あずまぐさんはゲーム作る。何のゲームでしょうか？マリオカート関係ないでしょう。Okay. Wow. People are doing things. Oh my god. So, 自分の来ましたの友達は動画を作りまして、いつもなんかゲームの味はまあ似てる。結構似てる。で、このブリップスンピッツさん、ウォフっていうの名前は、自分のはした前には来ました。その次の夜までだから、友がそこまで本当に遠いから来ました。もう6時間ぐらいの運転で本当にありがたい。この間の中学生の時に作った懐かしいゲーム。お疲れ様です。楽しかったです。気になってる。ゲームめっちゃ気になってる。Make me a if you're making a game, I will do testing for your game. Gotta have dinner? Okay. I'm gonna play the video. ちょっと動画を流しましょうか、友達。音大丈夫
？Hey, what's going on, guys? So I just got back from one of maybe the most important gaming-related things I've ever gotten to personally go to. I've always watched these for like the last, gosh, maybe 6-7 years. I've even talked about it on the channel.
偶然けど、見て、後ろの何をプレイしてるわ、マリオカートね。本当に、タバスコ。本当に人気だね、マリオカートはね。マリオカートは今回は話は多すぎで、ブローディさんっていうの解説の、この前去年の解説実況方、デイブはマリオカートするで、またプッシングしてる。俺、レーシングゲームはそんなに得意じゃないよ。なんで私がマリオカートの世界が巻き込む？ I don't know any. I'm like an average Mario Kart player. I just think it's funny because Mario Kart's big. Azumagus here. Worldwide kart, baby. Worldwide kart. Telling you.
Before, and that is Games Done Quick. If you don't know, Games Done Quick is a week-long speed running event where they raise all sorts of money for really good causes. In the past, there's been Doctors Without Borders, the Malala Fund with Frame Fatales, but this year it was the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And once again, it's something that I always try to support. In fact, one thing I get every single time since I've started watching it is some of the pins. The Yeti and Fangamer both put out a pin every year. The Yeti makes one for the event. Fangamer makes one for the finale. And also I buy the virtual attendee badge ever since they've started doing those, because going in person is really, for a lot of people not an easy thing to do. So I've always bought these.
これあった？知らなかった。これ初めて知ってる。Virtual attendee はいつ？ I didn't even know this is a thing. I keep all my badges. When is this a thing? I would have bought one. Oh man. They look nice. いいね。RTN Japan はそういうことはしてないんでしょう。バーチャルのアテンディ、バーチャル参加者。いいね。知らなかった。これ新しい情報です。I didn't know you could get a virtual badge. What? I'm writing this down right now. I didn't know you could get a virtual badge. Because I'll order it every time. I like badges. Sorry.
Badges, and I always hang them off my Godzilla in my game room that has all of my convention badges. But this year, I got to go for real, and here's my badge for attendee rather than virtual attendee 2025, because it was in Pittsburgh, which isn't close to me, but it was less than a 5-hour drive. I'll put it that way.
5時間。ごめん。6時間じゃ5時間。
Really
それでも長いよ。
Agdq. He lives in Japan. He's a speedrunner.
Hey, that's me.
But he flew in and he actually got to be on
That's Hawk,
Agdq.
by the way. By the way, that's Hawkson, the really tall guy. I was really happy to meet Hawkson in person. He comes to my channel quite often, lurks. But he's going through like health issues, so it's awesome to see him. So just had to point that out.
So we went there to support him. I only got to go for basically 30 hours, which is a shame. Next year,
I was mad. I was giving him shit. To be fair, I was giving him shit. I was like, call out work.
Especially for the finale, because it's always great. But this video, I really want to talk about.
He wanted to stay, though.
The actual event itself.
He wanted to stay.
Conventions. This is kind of game convention adjacent, but it's way, way different. For many reasons, and I really want to talk about that with you guys. I really want to, I know my channel isn't the biggest, but I also want to shed a light on this for the people who watch my show, just in case you didn't know about it, because I mean, it is such a great community. It's always for such a good cause. I really want to talk about it. So without further ado, let's talk about my very abbreviated trip to Agdq 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Before I get into the footage of the event, I did want to kind of show off my badge a little bit one more time, because you might have noticed this little ribbon on the bottom. And this is something that I really wish I got to do more of when I was there, but once again, I was only there for a day. It stinks. But basically, you got your badge. It's cool. It has your name on it. Next year, I'm probably gonna put my if I get to go next year, I'm probably gonna get to put my my actual channel name, Blips and Pips, because I didn't realize that was kind of the vibe. I put like my actual name. But anyway, they have things you can do all over.
自分の名前入れなくていい。なんか自分のユーザーネームを入れてもいい。彼はなんでウォーファー入れたのかもしれなかった。
Stick them on the bottom and make your badge grow longer and longer. One of them was like an escape room. I saw
escape room
I guess there's different levels to it. I didn't get to check out the escape room much.
Yeah, I did the escape room. I want to shout out DJ Fatsa-san in the Bone Club. I didn't get to do like the hotfix stuff because I was super busy, but I literally was looking around. Like the timing couldn't have been perfect. By the way, I don't really know what Bone Club is. I'm just kind of like, I got scooped up in there. But I'm glad I did because everyone there was really cool. And I was downstairs and they said, hey, you wanna go to the escape room? It was a lot of fun. Naksha-san was our host. JD-san was the one who set it all up. It was really good. I had a really good time. And I got to do it for free, so it was even better. 無料でやった。楽しかった。But I don't put on my badge because I don't like putting that stuff on my badge. But I have the escape room thing. It's somewhere around here. But I just thought I'd say that. That was the one thing. I didn't do the hotfix stuff because, one, your boy's in hotfix plenty. And then two, I just want to say that I don't think people understand how pressed I was for time because I'm a big planner. So like I had a list like, hey, I need to do this run on this day. I need to do this on this day. Like my schedule was like, I need to see this. I need to participate in this tournament. And things also didn't happen according to all the plan. Cause like the PS1 mystery tournament went way longer than expected. I wasn't planning. I thought Third Strike tournament was going to be over mad quick. It also went longer. Like the tournament stuff, I realize now, once you sign up for it, the rest of your day is pretty much screwed until like 10 or 11. But it was so much fun. Like I got first place in Third Strike. I did 6 out of like 100 something people in the PS1 mystery tournament. I would have won. I'm not even kidding. I would have won Strive, but unfortunately the timing I couldn't participate. In Street Fighter 6 there was like 2 or 3 really good people. Again, timing didn't work out because those were like weren't at the best times for me. But it was awesome. Like the tournaments I got to do, I did really well in. Like winning Third Strike was nice. Some people knew who I was and some people didn't. So it was really funny to see when people were like, man, do you do this fighting game stuff a lot? And I was like, no, no, not at all. I'm not going to explain it. So, I'd rather just like people be like cool if I'm there but the PS1 mystery tournament was funny because the audience, a lot of those people are speedrunners. So there was an audible, like when a fighting game got pulled, because people were like, if DBK gets fucking fighting game pass, then this shit's rigged. And so I was actually kind of hoping I didn't get a fighting game, which I did. I only got like 1 or 2 from the PS1 mystery tournament pulled. Because if I'd gotten there, I could tell people were like, bro, fuck this. Like these are literally all your boards. Someone kind of came up to me. I think Brosensha-san also knew that. He was laughing with me because he came up and Brosensha was just like, you run all these games. Like, what the fuck is this? And I was just like, look, I play a lot of garbage. This is PS1. He's like, I'm not even mad. I just think it's funny. And I was like, hey, don't hold it against me. It was good. It was good fun, but I could see like, I could see things going down. Some of the final guys, like Asuka Final Percent was one of the last games in the tournament. Marvel was one of the last games. It could have been a salty mess, but it wasn't. And the good thing was the finals of the tournament were not fighting games at all. So I think that played into Iraido Bow. I've played Iraido Bow, but that looked really hard. And Tomo Runner, I got asked to do commentary once, and I didn't know anything about the game. Dude, the mystery tournament is so much fun. It was such a good idea. It's such a good idea. It was probably my favorite tournament of the whole. Third Strike was fun, and it was a different vibe because everyone's like clapping after. その雰囲気が違う今回。なんかサードはやっぱり格ゲー普通にやってるみんなあんまり握手しないし、まあなんかリアクションはないけど、もうラウンドタッチはみんな握手は結構なんかスポーツマンシップに関してはいいです。もちろん勝敗の人はおったんですけど、ほぼリアクションはいいみたいに。まあ、友達になりましょう。あ、このサードとか、ストール6を好きやりましょうか。I did、casuals of Street Fighter 6. Most people were pretty chill. They're like, whoa, you like Street Fighter 6? I didn't know. And I'm like, yeah, I like a lot of fighting games. They're like, oh, you should play more. And I'm like, that's not what I'm okay, yeah. And then I was, but we have fun. They're like, yeah, let me know if you want to play. I was like, I play sometimes, just hit me up. And then I would just, shake their hands, say thanks for the match, and the next person would hop in and fight me. It was really fun. I think Street Fighter 6 is a harder game, though, because it's one of those games where if the person doesn't know what they're doing, doesn't understand the drive system, they just get run over. So it was even more, it was like, I had to sandbag a little bit in that because I realized people wouldn't be having a good time. But I didn't get to participate in the tournament, but that's not really why I was there, right? I didn't want to get distracted by fighting game tournaments. I was really focused on doing the speedrun stuff, which I did.
Which is another reason why I want to talk about it here, because I don't have any footage.
And I want these badges now.
Different levels of it, and every time you got one, you added your ribbon longer. The one I got was from the GDQ Hotfix Gauntlet Challenge. This one was really cool for me for a couple reasons. One, I'm obviously a big fan of GDQ, but I also really like the hotfix content. I watch it all the time. I kind of have a thing where I need some sound when I go to bed. I don't know if you're like that or not, but I need some sound when I go to bed. So I'll go on YouTube and I follow Awesome Games Done Quick, or rather just Games Done Quick. And, they have their hotfix content, which happens year round. While these events, there's the AGDQ, SGDQ, which are both week-long events. They just changed their February event's name to Back to Black. That actually starts the beginning of next month. And also the Frost Fatales, which is like kind of this female speedrun event that happens in March. But in between all that kind of stuff and other events they do the hotfix shows where a lot of the people who are the big part of the group have their own little shows. They're really cool, and I like to have them on in the background when I'm going to bed, throw on the sleep timer. But I got to meet the hotfix people, and they had this thing called the Hotfix Gauntlet Challenge. And I say this is cool for two reasons, because one, I'm already a massive fan of the hotfix, but two, they're just so cool. So basically the hotfix challenge was they had these little micro speed runs where you could sit down and play it, and you had a stamp card, and you would get 3 stamps a day for playing the 3 speed runs they had every day. They changed them out. You get a stamp for visiting a booth. I've obviously visited every booth, but the one they acknowledged me for was the Prevent Cancer Foundation booth, where I got a sticker for my water bottle. And they also had one for doing taking a picture on social media and tagging them, which, I had already done that before I even found their booth. But the cool thing was, I think you needed 10 stamps or something, so really you had to be there multiple days. And I wasn't expecting, anything, right? And I went up and I talked to them. I thanked them for making such great content that I love. And I told them, I was like, yeah, we're only here for a day. We're celebrating our friend who's running. We wanted to be here to support him, even though he's running at 4 in the morning. And they were like, you know what? Hey, whatever. They just stamped my card all the way. Because they're like, look, you're leaving. And they stamped my card, and I got this. And there's also a pin that I got. And if you guys watch my channel for any amount of time, you know that I have the big pin board outside. So added to my pin board along with other things. But this was a really cool thing. This badge, this was cool. Hopefully if I can go again in the future and I can go for a longer amount of time, I can get more ribbons. Because some of these guys, man, their badges were like this long. It was so neat. But yeah.
I'm gonna be real. So I got ribbons, but I hate putting shit on my badges. Weird complaint, but I like keeping really clean badges. In fact, the badge is the most prized possession whenever I go to an event. So I purposely don't put anything on it, and I keep it on my neck the whole time. I'm not trying to throw clout in the plane or on my way back. I literally just want to protect. My badges are right over there. I don't. It's like my favorite thing, and I hang them up on my wall and stuff like that. So I wasn't about to put like a permanent sticker on my badge or anything that would mess it up. I got really upset one time. I spilled like hot sauce on one of my badges once. I'm not gonna say which one because I still have it, but there's a dot on it, and that upset me because you can't really wash that kind of stuff out. But yeah, that's the only reason why. But it is cool to see how many ribbons they had. They had a ribbon for like everything. People really did have their badges like going down out of here. Like it looked like the grand, like the, what do you call it? Like a grand, what do you call it? A grand pass or something. Like when you go to Disney and they're like, you have the tickets and you have like all, like it's like I have fast pass, easy pass, all that. So it's like whoosh, you can stick it in. And you have all the things. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, no, let's
すごい
talk
ね。
about the actual
集めるのは
like
すごかった。
event. I keep wanting to say convention. It's not really a convention. But the event and all the cool stuff I got to see. Because wow, watching it on Twitch and being there, it's so different, and it's like such a vibe being there. It's insane. So check out some of this footage because man, this is so cool, so worth watching. I will say, driving into Pittsburgh was pretty cool. I mean, we got there at night, so we got to see all the lights on the bridges. I'd never been to Pittsburgh before. But, you know, really, any city to me is like a regular city. Like, cities are cities. They're all the same. But, I mean, you know, if you're a city person, it's definitely kind of a cool place to visit. Food's kind of, you know, like any city, you have to usually walk a good distance to, if you want something different. But if you're happy with Jimmy John's every day, you know, there's one right there near the main hotel.
Jimmy John's を食べてない. I didn't eat Jimmy. I've never had Jimmy John's before.
So right here, I mean, this is kind of the practice room, but also like there's stuff where you can play and
この部屋は広い。これ半分じゃないよ。
It's really neat. There are like a lot of stickers, a lot of cool stuff to check out. You know, this is
左に見て、あ、すごい。メインダンジョンと同じぐらい。
was on dang near almost every setup. They actually had a retro tank.
Yes, at
least the ones using actual like hardware. A retro tank that you could hook up to, or that they had hooked up. And you know, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that I'm like a big fan of upscaling. So the fact that these were actually out here like to reduce lag, it really, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because like this is a speedrunning community. So the fact that you're trying to reduce lag really does make sense, but it's just cool to see that kind of stuff in this huge setup. Also, they have a big projector where you can see what's going on live on Twitch right then and there. Just a really neat thing, really cool kind of area to check things out and you know, get ready for your run and just kind of enjoy your time. They also had a pretty sweet
Waterworld.
Room we could go check out board games with friends. You know, for an event like this that lasts a whole week, you know, I did not have time to enjoy this space, but I can see myself really having a good time here. One thing I did check out was their massive arcade room. I say arcade room, but I should say arcade rooms. They had two. They had one, which was a bunch of really slick Sega cabinets and a ton of pinball machines and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. And then they had another room that was like all rhythm games. I mean, like good stuff, like DDR, stuff I'd never heard of. I mean, they had a bunch going on here. But another thing that I really wanted to point out, and you know, I don't know if this is the time where later on I'm showing the actual main convention hall. I say convention hall, you know what I mean. But how clean everything was. This is going to sound really weird. I'm not trying to badmouth any conventions I've ever been to. But when it comes to conventions, I mean, I'm a nerd. I think we can all agree. There are some people, some places where hygiene seems to kind of take a back seat and it smells funky. I will say there's no smell. This is the craziest thing because this is at a hotel. And let me preface this by saying this was not entirely hotel staff. I saw a large amount of AGDQ people every time. In fact, every time I turn around, AGDQ volunteers and staff like wearing masks, gloves, wiping down all.
Yeah,
the
I was
games,
happy
all
with
the stuff, like all
Minna
their
は綺麗
stuff for sure.
Hygiene
But
はいい
also they would
Good
be going
hygiene.
through and wiping down like just the railings in the actual hotel itself, like just cleaning the hotel itself, making it nice and clean and sanitary, just with a large amount of people, which I thought was crazy.
掃
'cause I
除
mean,
いっ
like,
ぱい掃除
you
しま
know,
した確
usually
か
that would be like the hotel
I was
job,
impressed.
but they took it upon themselves to really make sure.
Actually,
that
the
everything
arcade
was
machines
very
they kept
clean, very
wiping down
cleanly.
too.
It was awesome, but also they had this AGDQ sign that you could sign on it. So
Hey, there's my
obviously I had
name,
to
buddy.
Take a little time to jump in here and put my name and blips and pips on there, just to have. But you know, once again, these arcades and everything were super dope. Everything was super clean, and it was just like, it's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain because it's something I didn't expect it to be this like nice. Before I go into the actual like main event itself, I really wanted to showcase some of the neat stuff I got to do and see. I actually got to go to this Q&A for the Yeti. I even threw a couple questions out there. It was really fun. They were very, very nice. They had some really cool information and insight into AGDQ and then just in general, like just, you know, the marketing of what they do. They make records and t-shirts and pins and vinyls. But another cool thing is, you know, I also got to see their booth. I bought a pin, like I always said, I buy their pins and stuff. And it was awesome. The shout out to the Yeti guys. They're super nice, super cool. And it was neat to be able to interact with them. They also had a ton of tournaments, and one thing I got to participate in was a like randomizer PS1 tournament where basically there was like 100 people, and you go through and they have brackets. You get signed up to go against someone, and they're all 2-player games. But they spin a massive wheel of like 100 and something games. You don't know what you're gonna get. But when you do land on your game, you and your opponent go against each other. I actually got 3 rounds in before I got beaten. But it was really cool. I mean, the first round, actually, I moved through because my opponent did not show up. Second round was a fighting game. I actually got Toe Ball #1, which is a game I am semi-familiar with. And then I ended up getting a Puzzle Bobble game. And honestly, it was really close. Like, I won the...
Bro, he was not good at that Puzzle Bobble game. No, me and Hawk...
Second round.
Me and Hawk were worried for this man.
Like, it was looking like I was just going to devastate this person. I got a really lucky board, to be fair. I'm not a Puzzle Bobble person.
Nope.
But, man, the thing that really sucks is, like, I got a huge setup, which almost eliminated them. But it made it to where when they were able to kind of save themselves, it absolutely destroyed me, right? Because they just cleared the whole board because I gave them a whole board's worth of stuff to clear. But it was really cool, and that ended up moving on to an actual main GDQ showcase where the winners got to go play live on the stream. It's a shame that I wasn't part of that, but probably a good thing because I actually had to go home anyway. But it was a really cool thing, and they had way more tournaments than this.
He would have had to go through me. We would have had to fight each other. He was talking about
so
that too. He's like,
fun.
would you lose?
Something to look forward
if we
to.
fight?
And it was definitely worth checking out.
I'll be on stage twice, 3 times.
But now, like, the cool thing, I really wanted to show what it looks like on the backside, because I've only ever watched this on Twitch, but it does not do it justice. First off, they have everything is set up all in the same room. So they have the prize area, they have all the technical stuff, they have 2 setups for games, which you know, that makes a lot of sense now that I'm actually there in person, where you have one on deck and the other ready to go. That's how they can switch so fast.
I never really left, did I?
Many people they have room for. They have so, like, you know, when you're watching the Twitch streams, you just see the immediate people right behind them, but there are a ton of seats, and most of the time, except for like the weird times we were there, completely full. And just because I had to know, I asked, hey, how many people registered to be here to get badges and be attendees, and they said right below 2,100 people. So that was insane. It was super cool to see this room, and it was really neat to experience the run. Lastly, I'm just going to show a little bit of DBK's run. We're behind him. He was in something called the Awful Block, which shows basically, like, it showcases speedruns of classically bad games.
It's Wolfson's Blips and Pits on. I'm putting his link.
His game was this really
channel
really
link
long,
in.
I'm not even gonna try to say the name. It's a really long, crazy game where basically you throw bombs at people. And he had this cool thing where we all were kind of his couch, even though we weren't directly behind him because he didn't have a commentator. But every time a lot of bombs would blow up, we would throw these bombs that we made out of just black balloons with string. It was really fun. Like I said, I'm not going to show too much here because this is...
Yeah, I just want to say one thing about the commentator. So many people ask me to be a commentator, but... Yeah. Okay. So it was perfect. It worked out perfectly for this. I know you guys ran out of bombs. And we should... That's why I wanted to make them earlier, but it's okay. I will say this, though. For next time, there will be commentary. And there were a lot of people asked about commentary and stuff. My thing about commentary is when having someone who's knowledgeable at the game and that someone that's often figuring out when I'm running and like being in VC and commentating with me and having that thing. Like if you don't VC with me, then probably not going to be on commentary with me. I'm just going to like, because then I don't know how well you can bounce back and forth with me. But I will be submitting more games next time. So I have the list of stuff that I want to submit again. So what I would say is just come to my channel, follow my channel, hang out on my channel. That's the way I get to know people. And I explain this to people, to Wolfson afterwards. Like, did you ever watch me play this? To be fair, this was like the bottom pick. Like Rijiku-chan did the peer review for me, and I had one other member and a couple other members who did peer reviews for me. And this was always like on the bottom of the pick. So I was really surprised this got in, and it's a game I hadn't run in like a couple years. So I knew early on, I knew how I was going to do it. So it was kind of a great thing that this got picked first because I could celebrate all my friends who got me here. But that's my thing on commentary. 実況解説するならもちろん自分のチャンネルはよく来るの方または追加のことは VC がなんか一緒にするこのゲームは詳しいか話したいならもっとじゃあこの人が一緒にやりたい一緒にするよって気持ちがあります。なのがこの人がなんか有名かこの人がただ入りたいはそのことはあんまりしないんですね私は。すいません。それは自分の線があります。So yeah, just like that's my one thing about it because I felt bad, but it wasn't just Wolfson. It was like a lot of people were like, yeah, I want to like do commentary and stuff. It's like, yeah, well, come to my channel, come hang out more, talk.
GDQ's video, but I'll actually put a link to the actual video if you want to watch it.
The bombs did run out, but it was fine.
And it was really, really cool.
It looks really good.
See him and get to be there for him. But in a nutshell, that was my experience. You know, granted, I'm going to say this again. I only got to be there for like literally like 30 hours total, like getting into the city and then leaving the city. I wish I could have done more. Hopefully in the future I can do more, a bigger, better trip. But in general, it's so cool. They are such.
He just had a kid too, so I was
a good cause.
I was happy he could even make
foundation. It. Check him out. I'm gonna have links below, and then you know, other than that, let's just wrap this back up. And hey, that's going to do it for me, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing.
I still have the footballs with me, by the way. The football bombs.
Or you don't know about it. Check it out. I'm going to put their links down below. I'm also going to put some links for DBK down below. Like I say, he's a good friend of mine. He does speedrunning in Japan. So his timing might be different for some people as far as watching his content. But he's a cool guy. He's a really good friend of mine. And he was like the driving force to get me off my butt to drive the good distance.
That's nice to hear.
I'm so glad I did. I wish I could have stayed longer. But yeah, I mean, if nothing,
I hung out at his place last time. It was tons of fun.
Even if it's something
it was
that
so much fun.
You, that being
he's got like he's in the neighborhood gaming trap because all his neighbors play game. Brian,
I mean, it's just
everyone.
Good
other guy's name, but there's like 3 guys we hung out with. They were like super gamers, man. It was really cool.
But once again,
I would have loved to see them.
Everything you guys do. Awesome Games Done Quick was amazing. I'm glad I got to go, even if it was such a short trip, and I really look forward to hopefully being able to go in the future.
Nice.
And
video,
hey, that's
going
to do it for us today, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Put his
Thank
channel.
you so much for subscribing. If you haven't, please
real quick. Yeah, there we go. All right, just follow his channel. I don't really need to ask. YouTube.com/@blipsinplips. Blips in pips. I can't say it. But yeah, really good. Great content. Yeah, he does other stuff too. Like I wish he would bring the Castlevania one, but yeah, so he talks about like Christmas nights, just another game that I like. Like we were very like similar taste and stuff. Yeah, he bought like Cotton 2 recently. Like yeah, I need to catch up on some of his videos. But now that this is done, I can kind of like relax and breathe. We'll probably watch some of my channel because there's some that I want to watch. But yeah, and then other thing I did at the event was I did a upload attempt number 2. What does that mean, OG-san? I'm gonna give a shout out to OG-san right now because OG-san was super pressed to do this with me. And to be fair, I was super pressed to do it with him. Why is your shit invisible? Okay, apparently he has this video hidden. But we did a 5-player speed run together with Butch-san, who also was not a speedrunner before this day, came up, decided to run it. Myself, Fatso-san, and Gameo-san. So it was awesome, man. Gameo-san was also at the event. He did Load Runner Death Valley. That's what you saw? Nice. Yeah. It was a lot of work to get this done, but it was worth it. Well, fully worth it. Unlisted. List the video. I don't see. There better be sound. Yeah. So I only want to show part of it. So the reason why I was so pressed to do this is because I've been routing the multiplayer run with people. So you see, okay, you'll see here, everyone was taunting. So basically what I found in this game is that when you taunt, you build like a decent amount of meter, and there's a lot of opportunities to do that. So I had Butch-san, who's Pink Ranger, Gameo-san, who's Yellow Ranger, and Red Ranger was OG-san, and then Black Ranger was DJ Fatso. So these 3 primarily were building meter, and then usually OG-san will take the left screen and I will take the right, but we just kind of would shout it out. So I would be calling. That's why I'm in first, because I'll just be calling, hey, use your super, do this. There are a few misses in the run, but basically we'd run and then screen. So there's a couple misses in it. So one is that if you fall off the stage, you lose all your meter. 今回の作戦は3人の友達が挑発を使ってミートを貯めて、他の人は別に雑魚敵は倒さなくていい。自分とおじさんは足りる。特に私は右の方向にしてはだいたい次の敵が出てくるは分かってます。ただ、難しいはね、たまに自分のどこに立ってるは最初から分からなかった。そのミスは自分のミスはそこです。で、挑発するはゲージは少しずつアップして、で、挑発技満タンになると、自分の必殺技ゲージは3回機会をして必殺技発生ことできる。発生したら全部の敵、ボス以外には一気に倒すことできる。で、一気に倒したら、次のグループや、面を進む。で、なんでこのゲームは強いよ。普通には必殺技の使ってれば全画面を攻撃は全くしないけど、このゲームはスルーだから5か6人よりは、このゲームはもちろん、世界一登録ができると思って、やっぱりそこは成功です。特に別に相手を待つは必要ない。ただ、もう出てからを使います。この後も倒したら、タイムディスラプターが出てくるの場合は、タイムディスラプター、この辺は、はい、必殺技、タイムディスラプターが現れて、もうずっと左画面が表示されるけど、このゲームはやっぱり、同時に敵が読み込みしてる。 画面が現れてるか現れてないは関係ありません。必殺技は必ず全員をダメージを食らえる。で問題はね、多分ね、もしこのゲームがもう一回やり直して、自分がみんなはクイットして、一人がそのゾーンの戦いをするです。やっぱりメッカの戦いはなかなか難しいです。特にその2人以上やったら、問題はそのキャラクターが交換のアニメーションが動画がプレイしてる。でそこが相手のゾードをリセットつもりです。まあこの感じ一回説明する。こっちの辺、まあこっちの戦いは結構きれいに出した。この辺。この後は、まあ普通に、シューティングの分を倒して、これもちょっと遅いね。まあまあでも、こっちの辺ね。普通に一人対一人は問題ない。だから、今度こそ、私だけをするかな。まあ正直に言ってはこの辺はミスが多すぎ。そう、このファイアボール。普通はね、1対1の時は、ただ上に押して、パンチ KO で、はい。でも、5人やれば、時間がすごく増やして。もう増やしすぎで、もうエニパーだから、今度こそ、まあみんなをクイットして、もう一回読み込んで、一人だけで倒する方法がいいかな。この辺も難しいです。みんなに説明するはちょっとわからないけど、例えばダッシュするときは止まって、もうおじさんはちょっとわかるだから直したんですけど、マジで何回もこの辺にプレイしてるだから、自分がわかるけど、初心者に向け、あんまり、優しくない、この辺は。だからまあ、しかももう5人、本当に1人だけで十分。はい、連打して。多分もう連打は必要ない。ファッツさんは連打すごいな。Fatso's mashing was really good. But so that's what I want to talk about. And then there was so what I'll do is I'll probably have everyone quit the next time we do that, and then I'll just go through do the Zord fight because it's just easier that way. Because it's way shorter if one person does it, and you don't have to worry about the enemy resetting. They might reset one time, but that's just really luck. But if the Zords reset, it's really bad. There was the chicken fight was decent. Like all our stages were amazing. They were really good. Really, really good. All the Zord fights, not good. Not good at all. Like, look how long the sword fight is. It is like, oof. 2, 3, 4, almost 4 minutes on a Zord fight, which is absolutely insane. It's not anyone's fault really. It's just the way the game doesn't scale flat. Like this game gets easier the more people you have, and then it gets harder on other sections. And the Zord fight is just one of the sections that gets harder on for some reason. I don't know. I really don't like the way they did that. It'd be nice if they could turn off animation. I want to show one section, and I'm going to clip it later because it was another reason I did this. So grabbing in this game on certain sections, particularly this boss fight, the Green Ranger cannot break the grab. And so what I did is I said, okay, everyone, I'm going to grab Green Ranger, and I want you to beat the living crap out of him once I grab him, because it's really, really funny. So I want to clip I want to just everyone to watch this one section. この辺だけを見て, and I'm going to clip it later. But it's really, really, really funny. Like, it's bonkers. So I said, okay, I'm going to grab him. 掴んで And then I said, "Oh, everyone, come in, beat him up." And that's all you have to do. It skips all the phases of the fight. It is my favorite fight. You don't even need to super during this. It's actually slower to do super. Black Ranger wasn't hitting for a second. There we go. And that is my favorite fight in this whole game. So, proved it works not only in 1 or 2 player, but in 5 player as well. I don't think that time is going to prove it. Skips all the phases too. Other fast things were, oh, you know what was really fast was the section over here. So I've never been able to do this, but normally when you fight Robo-Rita, you have to, like, you can hit these little machines on the side and destroy it earlier. But there's so many people, we would destroy them before the other putties would spawn. So essentially we were actually skipping putty fights, which was amazing. That's such an important thing to be able to do. So they appear like right now, but I guess we have enough people to stack the damage. So you see here, boom, putty skip. So you can't do this in 2 or 3 player. But I guess there's enough people here. And by the way, Gameo-san, look how clutch Gameo-san is on this. This is insane! Gameo-san は本当にうまいんです。説明し、全然ただ、攻撃して、その弾を繰り返すで、Gameo-sanは、これは最初のプレイです。それをやった。もう一回やる。うまいんでしょ普通にうまい。Yeah, this one you could do the up A or you can do sliding. But yeah, just Gameo-san became a god at this game at the end, so I was just like, okay. He was talking about it. He's like, I really like this game. Like 5 players, this game is actually super fire. I really feel this game was made for 5 players, except for the Zord fights. Like everyone was kind of getting it. That's why I want to play this. Like, if we can, it would be nice to play the same people. Oh my! He's standing right in front of her because he's like, I understand the timing. This should be kill and KO. And then now that's world record. So that was world record. There's improvements, like I said. This Zord fight, I'd probably quit the game, go back in, and just load myself, go to the Zord fight, then quit one more time once the next stage loads, have everyone load in again. I think that's just much faster than sitting through an extra minute or 2. Because the Zord fights were just too long. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be like a minute and something at most. They were like almost 4 minutes each time, which was absolute shit. Not, like I said, nothing that anyone could do. It's just how that worked. Yeah, this is one of the big things I wanted to do. I did a Punisher run with El Roxon, and it was really good. My first attempt was bad because I was doing speedrun strats, and I was like I just was dying too much. Second one I did better that time, and then so it was good. We both like almost. It's going to be easiest for the 1cc together. So we just have to do like a little bit of like more safe strats basically. And then a couple of speed things. I would like to do the Kingpin gun strat, and there's a few other things I think would be good. But yeah, playing on normal, it's much more easier. I've been practicing on the hardest mode, and he told me that the Japanese mode is harder. So now that I know that, I'm just gonna play in the English version, and I'm gonna play on normal, and it should be fine. Like the game is definitely very. I wouldn't say it's easy to 1cc, but it's doable. Like it's and on 2 player, it's much more. I feel it's easier because we both cover each other very well. He's probably the most knowledgeable person in the States, and I'm the most knowledgeable person in Japan about the game. So it's just a great camaraderie, and I guess that's it. Like outside of that, I have a bunch of other stuff I want to run, but the event was really cool. I could run some stuff now. What does this say? Can you guys see this note? I just realized there's There's a note next to me on the wall. Okay, so I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to get done today. By the way, the Tabasco was really good. Oishikatta. But overall, Agdq, very, very busy time. Third strike tournament, we won that. We did 6th place in a PS1 mystery tournament. I met like a lot of people. I didn't get to hang out with anyone. Like, I want to hang out with Dylan-san more. I want to hang out with like a couple other people that I just saw them in passing. I didn't get to hang out with Nicole that much. I would have liked to spend more time with Star Smiley-chan. There's a lot of things I would have liked to do, and just unfortunately, it was like I felt like a crunch every day to just be able to do everything, and that's on top of watching the runs that I wanted to watch in person. But it was really fun. I really, really, really had a good time. I think GDQ was an energetic experience. It just fed into like me wanting to do more and more and more. I was sad that I had to go, because I could have spent another week there and it still wouldn't have been enough. And that's it. Like, I think this was uploaded. Oh, so I also met the Alimist, and that was a lot of fun. So me and the Alimist did some speedruns. I don't know if he uploaded them yet. That's what I want to find out. Let me check his channel. Yeah, subscribe to the OG Happy Dude, by the way, because he's my boy. And he was, well, by the way, so it took us, that was another thing that hurt on time, because we would have had more time, but I think I'm spelling this wrong. Actually, it's going to be easier just to go to his thing. I think he did not upload it yet. Yeah, Limus is doing like a ton of arcade runs. We did a bunch of stuff, so I'm hoping it got uploaded. I'm just really bad at spelling right now. Spell ga dekinai dakara. Yabai. I'm spelling it wrong. I know I am. This is the problem when other people use Intarodum. But it's not that on, there it is, Illimist. Okay. So bam, 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 bam. Yeah, it was really fun. Really, really fun to run that. I don't know why he's not listing it publicly. Oh, I need to upload something right now. So I did a Bishibashi. Thank you for reminding me. I did a Bishibashi speed run. Let's upload that right this second, right now. No waiting. And then we'll watch it back and we'll submit it. Because I got I don't even think it was world record, by the way, because there was one person who was ahead of me. He had all 7 or 9 spots in the thing. And I was like, who is this magical person that is really good at hyper Bishibashi? Okay. To YouTube? ちょっと待って、わかんない。YouTube Studio の方がいいでしょ? Okay, so why are we not loading? Let's just reload speedrun.com. What were my favorite runs at AGTQ? I loved I haven't even watched all of them, but the one I really loved was the Championship Edition. Was a lot of fun. Um, I had a lot of fun watching the Final Fantasy Rebirth. Wody-san knocked it out of the park. Watching him play that game was so much fun. What the? Yeah, see how hard my man goes. Where the hell is it? Ninja Clowns. It might not have been verified yet. We'll go to his YouTube in a second. I will set you free. Here it is. See, I'm already subscribed to him. I'm just trying to find the video. 8 days ago. Invaders, fake, blah, blah, blah. I don't know where it is. Maybe he doesn't have it uploaded yet. Actually, let me ask him. He might be uploading it in a certain order. So I could be wrong on that. We got like second place in what's the beat 'em where you're like the kaiju and beat up the buildings. Rampage. We got second place in Rampage, and we did this co-op tube and run. It was really good. And we did what was a shooting or something like that. It was really good. We had some good runs. We got a lot done. We did gain ground, and I should have been a little bit more adamant about it, but I was like, yeah, gain ground is really hard. Like gain ground is not the kind of game you just play and you're like casually gonna take first. I should have been like, nah, like this game's gonna kick our ass. We should do something else. But I think it's fun because I like the game so much that it's fun to play. But it is one of those games that absolutely spanks you. For even now, that game's just too hard for me. It takes so much focus. But with more people, it can be easier, but it can be longer too. Yeah. Let's see it though. Maybe maybe he hasn't uploaded it yet. See, because he's doing a lot of shmup stuff right now, which is good. And arcade. He's doing like shmups and arcade stuff, which is so cool. So when that gets uploaded, that'll be there. So that was like, those are like my runs for the new year. And then I have a bunch of other stuff I want to run, but I want to go back to the drawing board, and I'm probably going to play some more casual stuff this week because I'm still kind of reeling in. I had some more board game videoing and stuff I wanted to do just to kind of roll my luck and see if I get some good runs. I'm feeling it's been a crazy week, so usually what that means is that my luck is either absolute shit or absolutely great. So we'll roll on that, and maybe we'll get like that miracle run. The only thing I wanted to do was there is a Fukuoka RTA forum coming up, so I'm staff on this event, but I'm also submitting for it. So I would just like to say, check out this event. Hopefully I'll be in it this time. I guess they're not putting me on the moderator list, which is fine because technically they know I'm going to submit. I'm going to submit every time. Like, that's the truth. So, yeah, because I don't want to be bad. I don't want to be. Hopefully, I get the run. Let's just see what else there is. Testonia. Like, it's good because now it's a bunch. And so ASF, I have to decide. We're gonna announce in like a week or two. We'll do a meeting. Other things. we'll see, how much gets done. Unfortunately, we had some staff step down, just because they're kind of moving away from speed running. It was good to have like Nyland-san's in the background now. I'm gonna miss working with him, and then DBZ Fan-san, who's been so invaluable to ASF. Just I think he's busy with work and IRL stuff, so can't manage things too much in the background anymore. So, but we picked up a lot of new people, and I'm gonna be posting, and it'll probably be the last time I ever post publicly for staff positions. So that'll be that. No fish, don't stop running. Multithon 2025. Maybe we can, maybe I see, here's the thing. So I can't submit the Rita's Rewind here because I can't play online with everybody. But I will be submitting to this. I just have to think about what it is. Warwick is in person. I think it is. Usually it is in person. It doesn't say they're taking online. It says external people. We won't likely be supporting online runs or running overnight. All right, that's my answer there. Don't need to ask a question that has been answered. I'd like to do a German marathon. Frühlingfest. A lot of people. They must have a lot of submissions then. Yeah. Well, it's probably going to... Oh, maybe not. I thought there would be more. Oh, Bubsy Hassan's doing some stuff. Nice. Do I get to play the German card? I mean, I can ask Bubsy Hassan if he wants to do like commentary for me. What else is there? There's a bunch of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is probably tonight I want to get ready for some more runs. My back is killing me, by the way. Like I really just went too hard. I slept and I'm leaning back right now, not because I'm casual, because my back is dead. 背中本当に壊りましただから。この格好にしてる。I was stretching for like an hour this morning to try and get the kinks out. Don't stop running. これ埼玉。また上手か。2月。This one I want to do. Totor-san is super nice, so I always have fun at her events, so I want to submit for it. Carnival 2025, a trilingual marathon. Yeah. Minimum run length 10 minutes, maximum run length 3 hours. No Peggy 18. Races are limited to 2 runners. Armed by PC can't handle. Light swearing is allowed. Disclose any content. Yeah, I'll submit for that. I don't run any Harvest Moon games. Folk RTA, we already know what we're submitting there. これは埼玉ね。良いとこ。Let me check the full calendar actually. February, March, April. We do it'll be in May. Okay. When did GDQ say when's SGDQ exactly again? Did we give dates? Frostbite Towels. March 10th to 17th. February 7th to February 10th is back to black. Well, I got a lot to think about. Hey, thanks so much. Were you there too? If you were, I apologize. I didn't reach out to everyone. I would have invited people. I just I didn't know who was going and who wasn't. But yeah, thanks so much for the message. So when is SGDQ? Am I being stupid? Here you go. July 6th to 13th. July 6th to 13th. Okay. You doing good on health stuff now? That's good to hear, though. That people kind of knew that I was running. I didn't really advertise it too much because, I'm always worried about that. Like, there's plenty of people who submit and don't get in. This was my first event, so I was excited. Didn't want to rub anyone the wrong way. Okay, what else? Art Day in Japan is also coming up. I want to make sure. Hachigatsu. Okay. 違う。これ、様のところ。Okay, so they decided. EX とかはない。I thought there was going to be like EX or something. なしか。Yeah, so I'll submit these and then I'll stream tonight. The question here is, what am I streaming? It's a big question that I don't have the answer to. So I may put a vote up on X or somewhere and have people decide what I run for. I might pick out the first game and then I'll have people vote. So what I would say is, come in, let me know you want to see. So what changed is I got a PS3 during my trip. And if you've been following for a while, my PS3 has been broken. And there are certain games that don't work on PS3 emulation. By the way, there's only like one other console that I need, and that's PS TV. So outside of needing a PS TV, I pretty much have like all the stuff I need now. No, like a PS3. A normal PS3. I don't do that. There's no backwards compatible PS3. It's just the normal white one. My PS3 was like slightly backwards compatible, but it broke. It was the big old fat black one, and then I got the shiny clothes one. Actually, it's right here. I can just show it. I got this. This is the PS3 I got. So this is the PS3 that I got, and that I will be running on from here on out. We haven't had the PS3 for quite some time, and now that we have the better hardware and the ability to run PS3 games, I'm going to go to the. Well, I want to do a test tonight, but I am going to go to the store and pick up some PS3 games that I've put off getting for that reason, because I just haven't been able to run them one way or another. And so it's going to be fun. I'm pretty excited about it because I've really, really wanted to play the PS3 for a long time, and I haven't been able to. I think it's been more than 2 years. It's been 3 years that I've been without being able to really run PS3 games other than some heavy emulation. Other than that, I don't know. I want to take a break from I have like the fighting game and beat 'em up stuff laid out that I want to do for events. So I think I want to do some more of the board game stuff. It looks like some people beat records of mine when I was gone. If you have suggestions or things I want to do, and then I'm probably going to make an event out of all the times people have made channel redemptions, paid for channel redemptions on my channel. We'll probably do that later probably at the beginning of February is what I'm thinking. But there's still a lot to do, but I just want to take it easy a little bit. I don't want to go like 100% hard or going like 90% hard, if that makes sense. But check out Fukuoka RTA Forum. I'll be there in person, whether or not I'm in or not. I am going to be submitting the same game that I submit every single time. I got still backup plus one other. So I got 2 really, really, really good submissions this time for Fukuoka RTA Forum. And I think you can do 3 submissions now. So we'll see. There's a lot to do. I'm really excited. Thank you everyone who checked out the video, who supported me. I could chill some music and like go up a list, but I feel like one thing I need to do on my channel for the new year is just end the stream in a better fashion and not always end it like with a wet fart, or like me losing over and over in games that I don't know. So I'd rather do that. And so this will probably be the rhythm for my channel for the most time. So it'll be like evenings, I'll play a random game, we'll talk about stuff, and then I'll come back in the night and I'll do the crusty speed running where I'm going really hard in one day. And so just check for the schedule. I'm probably going to get with some people who come to my channel often and get their opinion on what days they think I should do the anime speedrunning, the fighting game speedrunning, the beat 'em up speedrunning. And I can't thank you guys enough. Agdq was awesome. 本当に楽しかった。他の伝えること、今イベントの話、今考えてるんですけど、まあ福岡手は必ずいる。意外とまだ決まってないんですけど、まあ今スケジュール見てると、5月までは忙しいかもしれんね。結構忙しい。Yeah. There's also like, so I need to submit the Bishibashi thing. Let's do that real quick before we end, and we'll watch that together, and then I'll get up on here because it's only like a 2-minute video. So okay, content. So plus, ooh, okay, it's gonna work. So I'm gonna upload this. Upload short. It's not a short. Shit. Why is it uploading as a short? I don't want it to be a short. What? Why is how do you upload videos without? It says upload short. It's not it's not a short. I wonder if I just upload it, will it keep it as a short? Because it should be hyper bishibashi. It should be hyper bishibashi, right? Hyper bishibashi. It should be this. Hyper Bishibashi Champ. I don't think it's on speedrun.com. So we're going to submit it. And we did this live at Agdq. I was pressed. I had to pull myself away. I wish I'd got the name of the guy I played with because it was awesome. He was really, really fun to do co-op with. We should have done a co-op run together. Yeah, it's not on here. Okay. This is Hyper Bishibashi Champ. Hyper Bishibashi Champ. Bishibashi Champ. We'll title it correctly. We're going to title it like we do the other stuff. I'll upload it as well. Arcade. Hyper Bishibashi Champ. Time. Attack. Mode. Speed run. In. X. Wait, can I say it's world record? Technically, someone beat my time. But I'll say record this time. Because I don't think it's world record. I know for a fact someone beat my time. That drives me crazy. It's forcing me to upload this as a short. I don't know why. But we'll see. It's really odd that it's doing that. Because shorts should only be 60 seconds, right? Weird. Very, very strange. Hopefully it doesn't upload as short. Let's check real quick. Check my crappy YouTube. Figure out what's going on. So it is uploading it to shorts, but how? 20 minutes left. Interesting. I thought shorts had a limit on it. Did they get rid of the limit? I'm confused. I don't know how it can be uploaded. Someone explain to me. I uploaded from my phone this time. And it's forcing it to be a short. Let's watch it. Is it really going to let the whole video just be a normal thing? I'm cool with that. I just didn't know you could do that. Shoutouts to Twilight Monson for recording this. I see he's like, is it going to take a minute? I'm like, it is, but I'll probably mess up, so it's probably going to take more than that. I messed up on this too, by the way. I mean, it's not bad, but this is my weakest stage. That time. Technically, I can run this game right now. It's world record, yeah. Well, it's world record, but there's one other guy that was there. But I could have had first place if I just beat that time better. But I was practicing this game before I went to GDQ, which is the crazy coincidence. So I'd already been running this game. So just playing it in the arcade was so much cooler, though. That was a really good time. Anything sub 10 on that is really good. I guess it's just the whole video now. I didn't know you. I thought shorts had this weird limit on them where they have to be only 60 seconds or something. So it's weird. All of a sudden now it's letting me upload a short that's 2 minutes. Cause it was a really good record. What was my time? 55 seconds and 14. Sorry, yeah, 55 seconds, 14 milliseconds, I guess, or whatever. That's insane. You see, it's this one guy up there is like way better. Someone got 30 seconds, so I can't say it's world record. I can't say it's world record yet. But that's crazy. That's crazy. It will let me upload it not only to shorts, but the fact that it'll let me upload it at all, it's throwing me for a loop. Yeah, I'm seeing if I can upload it by a video, but now it's not even forcing me to do it as a short. If I go to my videos now. I wonder if it's because he held it upright, so the format is correct for short. I need to look up shorts more to understand how they work. I don't really get it. I just realized though, it's because Twilight Mind was holding my phone in the iPhone format, which is the short format, like vertical instead of horizontal. Yeah, it's just forcing it to be uploaded as a short. That's really funny. Interesting. Well, what happens when I upload this to can I upload this to Twitch then? Let's find out. What do we think? Can we upload this to Twitch without issue? Let's put on some music though for the end of the stream. Actually, yeah, I'll probably end it here. Looks like we got everything everything finished. So, thank you again. Make sure to give OG Happy Dude a follow, and I'll ask him to make the video public, as well as Eliminist. I always say Eliminist, but it's Elimist. So Elimist San is really he's crushing the arcade games. We'll be running with him, and then yeah, Blips and Flips would be cool if people supported them. I appreciate everyone. I'm probably gonna call it here because I got work related stuff to do, and then I got kind of a busy day. Not really, actually. 6 and 7. It's not like terribly busy. But I am gonna be on for the next like hour and a half. So I'll just come back tonight. We'll get some stuff done. Appreciate you all. Thank you for keep supporting. I'll try and have a good afternoon, less eventful, and then we'll come back and we'll do some speed running. Maybe we'll do some more mini game stuff. Depends. My arms and fingers and legs and back are kind of cooked, so I'd rather just do a thinking game where we can do maths. I'd like to do some maths in our head and roll the dice and play some percentages and some shitty board games, possibly some good board games, and maybe even some anime board games. But I'll have to be back. So, peace. See you later. Let's do something else, and let's go ahead and raid. Tonkotsu-san should be streaming. Back to Twitch. Yeah.
SMBC 三井住友銀行カードローンはカードレスかカード発行か
There's ads playing. I'm just gonna call it here. So we'll be back. But